Hey y'all, so today I wanted to go over some things about rubies, and one of the things, or the easy ways to tell if a ruby is real, is by checking if they fluoresce in UV light, which all of these do, and the ones that fluoresce a lot, like the one, I'm pretty far away from here, see that one that's pretty bright right there? That's like fluorescing really hard? Chances are that's synthetic. Not always, but those two that are fluorescing extremely hard, those ones are most likely synthetics. So we're going to take a closer look at those ones specifically. So I pulled this one out, and I have them in focus at the moment. I did take a closer look to them. It does appear to have an inclusion, but nowadays they've gotten so good at faking rubies that even inclusions can't be trusted. So you have to be really, really cautious when purchasing and trying to identify whether a ruby is natural or not. Now, like I was saying, some rubies have a lot of chromium in them, and that's why they fluoresce so much. But also the fake ones do as well. So this one, let's see if I can, the white's not helping. Take this out a little bit. As you can see, Fluoresce is pretty strong. Take that off. Now you can see that inclusion right there. That's something that we're going to have to examine further. So we're going to zoom in here. Now what we're going to look for is bubbles, and that inclusion to me looks pretty natural. Usually fake inclusions, they don't look as rigid. They look like they look softer, if you will. It doesn't actually look like there's a crack in the stone, whereas an inclusion kind of looks like a small crack. A fake one will look like almost like they airbrushed a crack inside of it, which that does not appear to me to be the case for this one. So we'll zoom back out. But that may not be enough, so let's get some. Alright, so now that we can see, you can see that there are inclusions, the color appears right, and there are no bubbles. So it is in fact a natural ruby. So this right here, this is a garnet. This is a regular garnet, and here's some UV light over top of it. Doesn't fluoresce at all. Here, bring it off the white too so you get a better idea of how it might look. No fluorescence at all. None. And that's all garnets are. If it fluoresces, it's a ruby. And it fluoresces with that pink color. There's no other colors you're going to find a ruby fluoresce. It's just going to be a pinkish red. Here is a piece of rhodolite. This one will get a lot of people because they have a lot more similar color to that of a ruby. One of the really good indicators, just like with the other rubies, or the other stones rather, is that they do not fluoresce. They have no fluorescence whatsoever. Also, they're going to be way more transparent, less inclusions, hardly a inclusion. Usually you'll find in these. Very clean stones. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just not as valuable. Bring it up here a little bit. Oops. As you can see, it's almost looks like glass. It's that clear. So this right here, this is a stone that I am not sure what this is. This is a very peculiar stone, but I feel pretty confident in saying that it's not a ruby. I think it has chromium in it because it does this. Oh wait, you can see that? There we go. It fluoresces on the edges of it. I think it's a synthetic stone, but I'm not sure. As you can see, it's pretty much crystal clear. So it's very hard to determine what that is, and to my knowledge there's no other stones that fluoresce like this, so believe it is synthetic. So if you come across something like that, be a little cautious. So after some further examination of the stone under regular light, we can see that there are many small marks on the back end, which means that it's not a very hard stone. So despite the fact it might have some chromium inside of it, it is most likely synthetic, and it's giving me signs that it's synthetic. The lack of inclusions, the fact that all the little edges around appear to be scratched. Come on, let's get this guy right here. And then there's also appears to be very small bubbles as well. So this one we can definitely conclude is synthetic. It's a chromium. It does have chromium in it. It might be some lab's project on trying to create a new type of stone, which happens from time to time again. And that's what I think we got here. But do not be fooled by it.